Tri-State Finest. Today we're here with one of Millville's baseball stars, Binghamton's own, the underdog turned wolf, Dom Buonadonna.
How are we doing today, boys?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm good.
I think you're frozen. Oh, there it is. All right, we have our first question. At what age and how did you get into baseball?
So I probably started when I was around 6 years old. My dad, my whole family really just tried to get me into a ton of different sports at a young age. So I started like baseball and soccer right around the same time. And then right around the age of 12, I decided to just focus mostly on baseball. And that's really, 12 years old was really the age where I fell the most in love with the game and just started working on my craft the most, and that's when I really made the most improvements.
Did your talents come natural, or did you have to work super hard to get where you were?
No, it wasn't very natural for me. I'd say I was probably one of the I was always good enough to play travel baseball, but I was probably one of the worst on my team. Yeah, like I said, probably till around the age of 12, 13. I had a lot of arm problems, wasn't throwing very hard, didn't hit very well. And then I just started working out a lot more, training my hardest. And then 12U summer I went from batting last in my lineup to the end of the summer. I was invited to play for Team USA in Puerto Rico. So, yeah, big year for me.
Who were your biggest inspirations when it comes to the sport of baseball?
Obviously being from Melville, Trout is up there. I remember seeing him before he was even famous, just at local batting cages and stuff, and just thinking it's crazy that this kid from Melville, New Jersey is already doing these big things. And then I always grew up watching the Phillies, and I'm a pitcher, so Roy Halladay was always big for me.
Okay.
I always try to mimic his pitches and the way his whole delivery. So he really inspired me growing up.
Okay. So what made you love the sport when you were 12? What changed?
So I think I started seeing the potential in myself, and what I could be if I really worked at it. And then once I started working at it real hard, I fell in love with just the effort that it took, just the every day grind to get better. Some people I feel can't really handle working out that much and putting in that much time and effort, but for me it just it was something that like I said, I fell in love with and I really enjoyed doing.
That's great that you find your true passion. And as you mentioned, you are from a city with huge baseball stars such as Mike Trout. How do you feel about your own impact on the city of Millville through baseball?
I'd like to think that I was the captain of the team last year, got to wear Mike Trout's number. And I still keep in contact with kids that were freshmen when I was a senior. So I just feel like I was there to really help out, the younger generations and hopefully push them to, want to be captain their senior year and just want to do great things for the program.
That's great.
So I want to talk a little about your baseball career, just in general, high school and college.
Mm-hmm.
So through high school and college, what do you think your greatest baseball achievement is?
So the day I committed to Binghamton, I'd say was probably my favorite baseball moment and achievement. That whole summer was just like a roller coaster for me. I started out that summer. Actually started out that year. I got my first Division I offer going into my junior year of high school, and I had not stepped on the varsity field at that point. I had never played varsity and got a D1 offer. And then junior year in high school went pretty well, but then the summer I started off really rough. my offer from that school had been pulled, and I was panicking a little bit, I'll be honest, because that junior summer is a big year to get recruited, especially by D1. And my velocity was down and my command was off, so I was definitely struggling. But then there was, towards the end of the summers, when I finally gained a little confidence back and had a couple good outings in front of some schools. Luckily, Binghamton saw me enough times where they were ready to make an offer, and I knew as soon as I went to campus and talked to the coaches, looked around and everything, that's really where I wanted to go.
That's crazy. Your senior year, you pitched very well, and I saw on your bio in your college bio that you had a 16.3 strikeouts per 9 ratio. And what was like your mindset of striking out all those batters, and like how would you approach every single game?
Yeah, so I was out of the bullpen, so I know those stats could probably be a little biased, but I just knew that I had to have that like bulldog mentality coming out of the bullpen, especially in close games against good competition. I've always been a strike thrower. That was my main thing. I'm a fairly short guy, and I'm not blowing fastballs by anyone at the Division I level, at least. So I just knew I had to really just focus on hitting my spots. I really pitched try to pitch to weak contact, and I think I just was able to spot up just enough where guys were just rolling over pitches, swinging and missing. So yeah, I had a pretty decent freshman year.
You said Roy Halladay was one of your motivations or inspirations as a pitcher. Mm-hmm. So what is your go-to strikeout pitch? Because I know Roy Halladay had a nasty slider and a nasty curveball. Is that what you modeled your strikeout pitch?
Yeah, I've never had a great slider, but my curveball I modeled after him. I've been throwing it the same way since I was like 11, 12 years old. It's just been my go-to pitch. My first collegiate batter was at Wofford College in South Carolina, and first batter I faced, I threw him 3 straight curveballs for a strikeout. It's just been, especially the kid was really big. I want to say like 6'5", so changed to their eye level, throwing it almost at their head and then breaking it back over the plate. It's been my go-to pitch.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're a bio major on the pre-health track, right?
Yep.
So what was your decision making in choosing that path?
So the place that I train at, the Baseball Performance Center in Pleasantville, they do a lot of stuff with arm care and rehabilitation and stuff like that. They've gotten a lot of guys' arms in really good shape, and I think I realized that's what I want to do. So I want to be a physical therapist, but I want to try to specialize with pitchers. So I don't know exactly where that would go yet, but maybe like a minor league team, just part of their staff helping with pitchers and stuff like that. That'd just be working with baseball players in general would be just a job that I would love to have. One of those jobs where you just don't work a day in your life because it's something you love,
Yeah, that's great. And I know you're going to work hard and get there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you get to that path.
Thanks, bro.
Where do you see baseball taking you in the next few years?
So I'm going to work as hard as possible to try to play at the next level. But right now, college is my main priority, getting a good education, which I know I am at Binghamton. And if the opportunity arises where a major league team wants to put me on a roster, I by all means I'll go for it. But right now I'm sticking with the college route.
That's great. What advice would you give to the next up and coming level baseball player?
I'd say don't take any moment for granted, and also don't question the coach's decisions too much, because I know I did that a lot in my like freshman, sophomore year, I was wondering like why I wasn't on varsity, why, I thought I was ready, but the coaches have been around a lot longer than I have, and they certainly know what they're doing. So, no reason to cause a big fuss over that. But make sure you definitely don't take any moments for granted. It was probably the fastest 4 years of my life. I remember my very last, my senior game against Bridgeton, I remember getting in and realizing like, man, this is the last time I'm going to play on this field. It feels like it's been a couple months. But it goes by very fast.
We're going to go to our next segment. Who is one person you would love to work out with?
I'd say probably Aroldis Chapman. Dude, for him to be that jacked and throw that hard, I want to learn his secrets.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite MLB pitcher right now?
Right now, Scherzer. That dude's mentality is nuts. I try to compete like that every time I'm on the mound.
What's your favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
The best one.
Yeah.
What's your go-to warm-up song?
My go-to warm-up song was probably Knock Knock by Mac Miller.
1, 2, 3, 4, some crazy ass kids gonna knock up on your door, so let 'em in.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Ooh. Right now, I've been on my TikTok grind, probably Addison Rae. Got it. Not very unique, but yeah.
If you could eat one food in the world, one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I'm a huge chicken parm guy, either sandwich or pasta. It doesn't matter to me. So probably chicken parm.
It's a good choice. What's the best experience you've had so far at college?
Best experience. I'd say probably playing at Florida Atlantic University was pretty big. Big time Division I school. Getting some time on the mountain there, and I did pretty well there. That was probably my best baseball experience in clubs so far.
What's your favorite sport to watch outside of baseball?
Probably football. I like getting all the guys together watching some football.
All right, we're going to go to our next segment. We're going to play a game of Would You Rather.
Okay.
Would you rather be the funniest guy in the room or be the smartest guy in the room?
That's a tough one. I'd say probably the funniest guy in the room.
Would you rather hunt and butcher your own meat or never eat meat again?
Ooh, all right. I've never hunted before, but I feel like if I knew how to, I'd probably want to just get my own meat.
Would you rather be totally free or totally safe?
Ooh. Totally free. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Feel that.
Would you rather go back into the past or go into the future?
It doesn't matter how far? I probably want to check out the future. That'd be cool.
Would you rather have no candy on Halloween or no turkey on Thanksgiving?
No turkey on Thanksgiving.
Turkey is very overrated.
It is. I
Very.
agree. 100%.
Would you rather always be stuck in traffic but find the perfect parking spot, or never hit traffic but always take forever to find a parking spot?
God, I feel like traffic makes me more mad than finding a parking spot. I'd say probably, I'd probably rather just not find a parking spot.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Would you rather always have to speak your mind or never be able to speak at all?
I speak my mind way too much anyways. I'll go with that one.
Would you rather lose your long-term memory or short-term memory?
Ooh. I like that question. I'd probably want to lose probably my long term, because like I'd want to like just be living more in the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have short-term memory, or everything like you don't remember what just happened, it's gonna look kind of off. But that's the end of this segment. Would you like to shout out your Instagram?
Sure. Oh God. So it's Dom Buonadonna. Buonadonna is Buonadonna.
Okay. Would you like to shout out your Twitter?
The Twitter is the same as the Instagram, except instead of a period, it's an underscore.
Okay. All right. Thank you for coming on. We truly appreciate you stopping in and talking with us.
Of course, boys. Thanks for having me.
Problem.
Thank you.